Okay guys, so here we are driving the little Kamiq Monte Carlo. So this Monte Carlo, well, what it stands for? Well, for sure, you know, this car is supposed to feel sporty, or at least look sporty, because the Monte Carlo is a famous rally, and Škoda has been very good in rally in all of its history. So it's quite an important, and it's a good marketing to sell cars with this spec. They've been doing it for a very long time. And what do I have? This is a Škoda Kamiq. It's a little crossover, and I have 1.0. What the hell was that? The car just started braking out of nowhere. I don't know. I don't understand why. Okay, so this is the 1.0 TSI engine paired with a DSG 7-speed transmission. Well, and the only thing I have to say about this combination is that it's not really good for this car. The car weighs 1335 kilos, which is it's not too bad. It's not too much.
Not great or terrible.
But the setup of the engine and the gearbox, it's really not lively. You know, when the engine goes, it has power, but you have problems with when you're driving normally with the low RPM. There is this nothing, and then there is this boost and pickup, sudden pickup in the torque curve, so it's very uneven. You can also work with the torque. You can boost it with the accelerator pedal, so that the engine has a faster pickup. Wow, there is a lost torque here. What the hell is happening today? So you can boost it with accelerator, but you know, and it's the best to have the gearbox in the manual mode, to, you know, just to slide it to the right, to have it in manual mode, because you know, when I had it in D or in sport it is doable, but in normal drive, automatic mode, I really didn't like it. So I prefer to change manually with the gear shift selector, and with this DSG box, you don't have gear shift paddles on the steering wheel. You can only do it with the selector. So yeah, otherwise there is not much adjustability here. You don't have some adaptive suspension. That, you know, this is like a normal car, really. The biggest aspect here is the looks, that it should look sporty, and it does look sporty. You have this nice red color, some sporty black accents to it, and here in the inside you have this typical Škoda sport steering wheel with perforated leather. You have some really nice sport seats. They have a really good support. They actually, for the price, they feel pretty good, I have to say. Of course, there is no Alcantara on them, only cloth, but still they do feel really okay. Yeah, and as it's a Kamiq, you have this very good practicality. Of course, it's a Škoda, so you have plenty of room in the back for a small car, plenty of big luggage space in the back. So yeah, it's a Škoda, but I have to say the engine, if you want to maybe buy this car, just buy 1.5, because this, even from the view of fuel consumption, it's not too good. I mean, you can drive on your own. This day is completely crazy. Police everywhere, strange things everywhere. This is crazy. So, but back to the car. You can drive for 6.5 liters, 7 on the motorway, 7.5 in the city. But you can do that also with the 1.5, and you have the power. And even when you fill the car up with people and you go somewhere, then the fuel consumption is lower than with this engine that has to work really hard to obtain a certain speed and stay on that speed. So really, I mean, I would prefer 1.5 engine. So yeah, but otherwise, from terms of equipment, I'm really pleasantly surprised what this car has. Look, I have this huge panoramic roof here. I just uncover it. I think you can see that. Yes, so it's huge. It's the whole is the whole roof is from glass. Actually, it's quite good. Of course, you cannot open it, but it's pretty nice, yes. And also for this category, quite surprisingly, this has electrically opening tailgate. That's nice. And then of course you have typical Škoda things like the digital driver's display in front of you, which is a nice feature. Of course, look now how I have so much light in here. This is really nice. This is a really nice feature. I like it. Of course, it's giving you much more weight, but it's nice. You have the aircon. You have these two assistants actually. You have the lane assist and the front collision assist systems. So the lane assist I always turn off. I hate this system. I wish it wouldn't exist. Yeah, I mean, yeah, then you have all of these sporty accents, the red on the dashboard, on the seats. You have some sort of plastic looking like carbon. You know, it's not really something that would make you feel immediately sporty, but some people just like this sporty feeling, and for them maybe it is okay. But from terms of price, this car with this equipment costs 30,159 euros, and for this price you can get definitely a Fabia. So, well, which would you take? I would definitely take Fabia or Fabia. I don't know how it's spelled correctly in English, because this car is slightly taller, and the Fabia has better balance, lower center of gravity. It also looks nicer, in my opinion. I really like the design of the current Škoda Fabia. So, yeah, from this perspective, I would take the Fabia. But still, this is quite a nice car, I would say. You know, for someone young or maybe old, because I think that this category, these little SUVs, are mostly bought by old people. Sorry to have to say this, even though they are pointed for young people, but that's how it goes. And yeah, but it's a completely, you know, nicely usable car. Actually, the engine, now if I go down, I'm on a mountain path, I go down a few gears, and when it goes, I have to say, then for a 1 liter, yeah, it pulls okay. I mean, it's really not bad. It's really not bad. I think I've tested the acceleration in a Seat Arona, which is the same car as this, only different design, different badge, and it did 0 to 60 in something about 8.7 seconds. That's actually really good, because, you know, that's what more powerful cars like 150 horsepower Octavia did back in the day. So that's actually really good for a 1 liter engine. But the drivability of the engine and the gearbox, it's not very good. And actually the gearbox, now when I have it in manual mode and I go down through the gears, it does this sound that makes me feel like it's going to fall apart. You know, I'm actually worried, is it going to break down or something? Because I don't know if you can hear it. Now you could hear it. I mean, it's really, you know, I'm quite worried about it when I use it in manual mode. Yeah, but otherwise it's a really usable car for everyday driving. Gearbox in manual mode works pretty well. You know, it reacts well. When I put it in sports mode, let's try the pickup in the sports mode. So let's go. Oh yeah, it changed down pretty fast, but of course then the acceleration was waiting for the boost of the turbo, and that's quite slow. So it was like 2 seconds before the pickup. So it's really good to have it in manual mode. If you want to overtake, just prepare it, boost it with your throttle pedal, and you simply goes. And also when you boost it with throttle pedal, you also hear the turbo spooling when you let go of accelerator. So that's always a nice thing, you know, to hear a little bit of a turbo. So yeah, I'm actually now seeing they gave us a new tarmac here on the mountain pass. That's a really nice thing. Finally, because that was the only thing I didn't like about this. And we have some really nice corners here. So, and to the suspension, we don't have some adaptive damping, which Seat Arona has. It has this dual damping, something like this. But I have to say, the setup is really nice. The balance also, when I'm pushing, really nice. There is not so much understeer. There, of course, there is a front-wheel drive car, but it's not too bad as in some other Škodas, for example. And it rotates the back of the car really nicely into the corner. You can turn off, of course, the stability control in the settings, which is nice. Where is it? Where can I do it? I don't have it. Yeah, system ESC. You can turn ASR off. So the traction control actually is what you can turn off. And I think that's pretty nice. And then, of course, in the system, you have all of these typical VW things showing you about the car, you know, what's wrong with the car and stuff like this. So yeah, you also have wireless Apple CarPlay. That's a good feature always. Now I'm going to be changing to Android, but but yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty good usable car. I don't know what more to say. It seems I'm not going to be able to push it here because of the roadworks here. They are changing the surface. But yeah, I'm surprised by the equipment. But still, we have to think one thing. This car, 30k. I said you can get a Fabia, but you can also get Hyundai i20N. Can you get a Polo? I think you can get also the Polo GTI. So, you know, in the end, why would you buy this for 30k euros when you can get a completely different driving experience, much more thrilling driving experience in a different car, also in the same brand. You know, you can get the Polo GTI, or you can get the Fabia with the 1.5 engine. I don't know if you can get it now, but you could get in the past the Up GTI, which has the same engine as this. It's much more cheaper and it's much more fun. It has a manual gearbox. So really, I mean, for this price, this is maybe something for someone who wants some stylish looking everyday car. But me personally, as a car guy who really likes to drive fast through the corners, I would get something different. So I think that's about it. That's about it to this car. And I'll see you guys in the very next video. Ciao.